Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a hard level Sudoku from New York Times. Let's get started. There is a 3 in column 5, a 3 in column 6, a 3 in G row and a 3 in F row. So these 3 blocks here, there is a 3 here and a 3 here. So E4 takes 3. There is an 8 here in the 8th column and a 8 here in the 7th column, which blocks these 2 columns. So E9 takes 8. This 5 here blocks these 3 cells. So in H row, 5 has to be in one of these 3 cells. There is a 5 here in 2nd column and a 5 in 1st column. So H3 takes 5. This 8 blocks these 3 cells. So in this block, 8 goes in one of these 2 cells. If you take the 3rd column, B3 is blocked by 8 here. E3 is blocked by 8 here, G3 is blocked by 8 here, and I3 is also blocked by 8. So D3 is the only cell where 8 can be. There is a 7 in F row and a 7 in 1st column. The 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here. So E3 takes 7. Now this 7 blocks these 2 cells, this 7 blocks these 2 cells, so D7 takes 7. In D row there are only 3 empty cells. There is a 6 in column 4 and a 6 in column 5, which blocks these 2 cells. So D6 takes 6. Now the missing numbers are only 2 and 4. So let's fill these 2 cells with 2, 4 pair. There is a 3 in G row and a 3 in H row, which blocks these 2 rows. There is a 3 here in column 9, which blocks this cell. So I8 takes 3. This 5 blocks these 3 cells, and so a 5 has to be in one of these 2 cells. There is a 5 in A row. So 5 goes here in B9. There is a 7 here in I row. There is a 7 here in column 3. There is a 7 here in column 5. There is a 7 here in column 7. This 7 blocks B1. This 7 blocks B3. This 7 blocks B5. This 7 blocks B7, and there is a 7 here in 4th column, which blocks B4. So B6 is the only cell where 7 can be. In 6th column, there are 5 missing numbers, and the missing numbers are 2, 4, 5, 8 and 9. Row C, we can see 2 and 4 blocking this cell. So this cell C6 will take 5 or 8 or 9. Similarly, these 2 cells are blocked by 2, 4 here. So these 2 cells also will take 5, 8 or 9. There is a 8 here, so this takes 5, 9. There is a 9 blocking here, so F6 takes 5, 8. So this becomes a 5, 8, 9 triplet. That means 2, 4 goes in other 2 cells, A6 and I6. A6 is blocked by a 2 here. So A6 takes 4 and I6 takes 2. Now if you take the B row, you have a 4 here which blocks these 2 cells. There is a 4 here which blocks these 2 cells. So 4 goes here in B7. Similarly, there is a 3 and 6 which blocks these two cells. So 3 and 6 goes in these two cells. There is a 3 here in column 3 which blocks here. So B3 takes 6 and B1 takes 3. Now the missing numbers are 1 and 2. So 1, 2 pair goes in these two cells. So in column 3 there are only two missing numbers and the numbers are 1 and 9. There is a 1 here in G0 which blocks here. So G3 takes 9 and I3 takes 1. So there is a 5 and 9 in G0 which blocks these two cells. So 5, 9 goes here in these two cells. Are 4 and 8, so these two cells take 4, 8. Now this 4 blocks this cell and there is a 4 in column 2 which blocks these two cells. So H1 takes 4. So this 4 blocks these two cells and there is a 4 here in first column which blocks these 3 cells. So 4 goes here in I9. Now in 9th column there are only 3 missing numbers, that they are 1, 6 and 7. So you have a 6, 7 in H row blocking this cell. So 1 goes here and 6, 7 goes in rest of the 2 cells. There is an 8 here which blocks these 2 cells of H row. So this is the only cell where 8 can be. Now in H row there are only 2 numbers missing. The numbers are 2 and 9. So in this cell 6 or 7 goes. Now in G row the only missing number is 2. In this block the only missing number is 6. There is a 1 and 3 in this column which blocks these 2 cells. So 1 and 3 goes in these cells. There is a 3 here in A row. So A7 takes 1 and C7 takes 3. Now there is 8 here which blocks these 2 cells. So C1 takes 8. This 2 here blocks these 2 cells. So F2 takes 2. Now the missing numbers here are 1 and 6. Here the missing numbers are 1 and 7. There is a 1 blocking here. So A2 takes 7 and C2 takes 1. So this 7 cancels out the 7 here. So A9 takes 6 and G9 takes 7 and G8 becomes 6. Now here the only missing numbers are 7 and 9. There is 7 here. So A8 takes 9 and C8 takes 7. So the only missing number in A row is 8. Okay, now there is a very small square here. Now since this entire column is filled up, it is very easy to find out these 4 numbers. Basically, you have these 3 numbers and these 3 numbers are the numbers which will go in these 6 cells. Now out of that we have 7 and 1 already present here. So let us discount 7 and 1 from this list. Now we have 6, 5, 2 and 4 present in this column. So those are the numbers which will take this square. Now let's see, you have a 4 and 5 blocking this cell. So 2 and 6 will go in these 2 cells. Now we have a 2 here blocking, so 6 goes here, that is F7 takes 6 and E7 takes 2. Now the missing numbers are 4 and 5. There is a 4 here in E row, so E8 takes 5 and F8 takes 4. Now this 6 cancels out the 6 here in F1, so F1 becomes 1, E1 becomes 6. This 5 here cancels out the 5 here in E6. E6 becomes 9, and now the only missing number in E row is 1. Here we have only 2 missing numbers, 5 and 8. There is 8 from column 4 which is blocking here, so F4 takes 5 and F6 takes 8. Now this 9 and 8 cancel out the 8 and 9 here, so C6 becomes 5. Now the only missing number in C row is 9. So this 1 here cancels out the 1 here in B5, so B5 becomes 2 and B4 becomes 1. Now D5 becomes 4 and D4 becomes 2, G5 becomes 8 and G4 becomes 4, I5 becomes 5 and I4 becomes 9. Here H7 takes 9 and H8 takes